It took me over 3 months to crack the code on how to make a video go viral for my first app. So for the first 3 months, we were getting like 1,000 views every video consistently. And then finally we cracked it. I had one video that I think hit about 800k. From then the rest was history. We got a video that got like 1 million. Then we got one that got 25 million and more million view videos. I think over the week that we cracked it, we must have got over about 40 million views from a combination of about like 15 different video types and styles and across multiple accounts. The traction was absolutely insane. Like I remember like opening TikTok. I had like notifications on my phone for TikTok at this point, and I'll be getting like thousands and thousands and thousands of notifications. It gets to a point where TikTok actually stops sending you notifications for the videos because you're getting too many. So it was absolutely ridiculous, and it was the first taste of virality I had ever had. But from that, we actually only made $200. I know it sounds insane. Literally over 40 million eyeballs saw my mobile app, and I only made $200 from it. And we got about 300 downloads. So from the 300 downloads, we had about under $1 value per download. The virality meant nothing because we made nothing. I mean, it's all great, well and good being able to tell people, oh, I got this many views, but it literally meant nothing because I made no money from it. You've probably heard, seen, and know of hundreds and hundreds of gurus telling you the next viral format you need to copy. You need to copy this viral format to get your next video to go viral. And that could be for any product, but obviously here we're talking about mobile apps, but they're always there and they're always telling you. On X, I see it every day. But they're not selling an idea, or they're not selling a concept that's gonna make the video convert. There's no guarantee that these videos are even converting that they're putting forward to you. They're just selling the idea of getting millions of views because it's sexy, you know, it looks good. Oh, I got 1 million views. It sounds good, it looks good, and you automatically assume that 1 million views means a lot of money. But the truth is, no matter how many views you get, it means very little if you're not getting conversions from it. If they're not taking action that you want them to take, that you intend for them to take, whether that be a download or a conversion or a purchase, whatever it is, if they're not taking said action, then the views mean very little. Now, obviously, there's an argument to say that, you know, the lessons you learn from it or the brand awareness is great. And yeah, you could say it's true. It's not what you're thinking when you're getting millions of views, let's be honest. You want the downloads, you want the conversion. I mean, if you have 100 million views, but you've only made a couple of dollars, what have you really done other than stroked your ego a little bit? So with this all in mind, why do I believe virality is actually bad? Why do I believe virality does not help your case and does not help you grow your product? And why now am I more focused than ever on not going viral? Well, the first problem with it is when you focus on going viral, and I know this because when I was focused on going viral, I was doing the same thing. You focus on not selling. You try to remove the selling of your product from the videos. And obviously it makes sense because the algorithm does not please selling. If you try to sell your product, it won't go viral. So when you aim to go viral, you aim to sell your product as little as possible. And obviously if you're focusing on not selling your product, you're not gonna make any sales. To give you a little example, maybe for any of you gym goers out there, it's like going to the gym, but you go to the gym to look strong, not to actually get strong. So, you know, you go do your 1 rep max on the bench and you're banging 100 kg 1 rep max, but you don't do any hypertrophy strength training, you don't do any sort of drop down sets, you don't do anything that actually builds strength. You just do things that's going to make the girls look at you around. And focusing on virality is the same thing. You're focused on making yourself look good for the algorithm, but not looking good for yourself and actually growing yourself and growing your app or your product. Now, the second problem is when you go to get viral, when you aim to get viral, you basically copy a viral format and you usually add your own twist to it. So you'll take something that's going really viral, and you'll take that really viral format and you add something else to it. You add your app to it, or you'll add something that makes it funnier or something that makes it more interesting, and therefore it will go viral because it's something that's gone viral or something that's proven to be liked. And then you're going to add something more that's going to make it liked even more or just go viral again. The issue with this is the video is usually originally going viral within a certain audience subset. So say there's a viral format and it's going viral for, I don't know, 50-year-old women, and you're trying to target 25-year-old men. Now that video's gone really, really viral, and you've seen it going viral over and over and over and over and over again. So what you do is you say, really working really well, I'm going to take that format and I'm going to replicate it, change the images for, I don't know, men, and then copy it, and it's going to go really viral for me. Now there's 2 issues with that. Firstly, if it works and you do go viral, there's a high chance the video is going to go viral within the same audience subset that the original formats have gone viral. because it's only working for those subsets because those subsets like that audio, that format. The second thing, which is probably more likely if you're doing the example I gave, is it just won't go viral because it's just not the same audience subset that you're showing the photos of, and they're just not going to like it. Either it's going to go to the women who originally the format went viral in, they're not going to like it, and then the guys just won't get it because it's not going viral for them, so they just won't know what it is. Now the third and final problem, which I think is the biggest problem, because all the other problems I've given underlie under this problem, which is if you're chasing for virality, you're chasing for views and you're chasing for reach. These are not the metrics, especially early on in building an app or bootstrapping a project, that you want to be chasing. You need to chase conversion. You need to chase making physical cash and money and validating the idea. Even if the audience is right, even if you are selling the product, and even if you're using the right formats and it's going viral, if you're not making money from it, it doesn't matter what you're doing in these three things, how many views you're getting, how many millions of people are seeing your content, because you're not making money from it. You have to optimize for the right metric. You have to copy the videos that make you the most money, not the videos that get you the most views. I'm gonna give you two examples, and one of these examples is one that I always see on X. I always see people posting it saying, the best format right now for mobile apps. I'm not gonna say it's not, maybe for some it really works really well, but I'm gonna use it as an example here. So the first video example gets 800,000 views. It's the top 5 tools for productivity, or the top 5 tips for productivity. It's like some chick working at her desk on her laptop, and it's like a video overlay, and then it's like she goes through it and talks about it, whatever. It gets 800k views, goes ridiculously viral. Not ridiculously viral actually, 800k views isn't that viral, but still, it goes a bit viral. It gets nobody asking about the app, it creates no direction towards the app, it generates very little sales, it just doesn't work. And then a slower, more intentional video, which only gets 40,000 views, shows exactly how the app helps you plan your day in 30 seconds. Let's say it's a productivity app, for example, and it shows you how the app helps you. It literally has a guy saying, here's the app I use to plan my day, here's how it helps me, and he only gets 40,000 views. But every comment is, what's the app, what's the app, what's the app, what's the app? Everybody's asking, everybody's excited about it, a higher download rate. It looks way less successful than the first one. It looks like it performed way worse, but there's a high chance that it made a lot more money. If you chase the first one because it has the high reach, which is the most common one to chase, I'm being honest, most people I know are going to be chasing the first one, and it may be working for them, but they don't know that the second one could work even better for them because they don't even bother trying, because they're so caught up in getting as many millions of views as possible from the first format and from hiding their app as much as possible, but they're not even bothered about trying the second type of video. But the real money, whatever the video is going to come from videos like Video B, which are driving intent, which are driving comments about the app, which are driving questions about the app, which is having people ask about it, want to know more, and actually download and buy it. So what actually works? What's the actual format, or the proven format, that can actually convert? Now, I'm not going to tell you what I've done, because unfortunately I haven't been very successful with many videos, full stop. But I will tell you what the founder of a very, very successful app told me, which is that the format that was going to work best for you is the format that's going to pull on the lever of the problem, relieve that feeling of the problem after pulling on it with the solution after telling a story. So what does this look like? It looks like, well, we'll use Cal AI as an example. You're going to pull on that problem, you're going to say, POV struggled really hard with counting your calories and you gave up really quickly. So you lost, lots of weight, or so you did lost lots of weight, or you didn't gain weight quick enough, or if it was the other way around, so you just kept gaining weight when you're trying to lose weight. And then the solutions. You've done that problem, pulled the lever, and then you pulled the lever a little bit more with a story. I've had a little bit of story in there, and then you're going to finally relieve it with a solution. You can say, until I started using Cal AI, and then it's a solution. And therefore what you've done is you've generated a 3-step process which has pulled down the user, made them think deeply about the problem, really made them think about what's hurting, and then relieved it, said it's all okay because we've got the solution for you. Now the issue with these is they're very simple. They sound simple, but they're a lot harder to get views on. You will struggle a lot more to get views on these. But that's okay, that's the point. Nothing's easy. If it feels easy, then it probably isn't going to work very well. Getting millions of views on videos that don't convert feels very easy. But how much money are they really going to make? You could just reach 10,000 people who have a really, really strong affinity to the problem you're pushing, and get just a 0.5% conversion rate, which is very attainable, and you'll get 500 downloads. That's double what I got, and I got 25 million views. I genuinely believe that's possible. Now, viral numbers do feel good, but all they do is stroke your ego. Realistically, the only way you're going to build a successful product is if you have targeted views. If the people who are seeing your videos actually have the problem you're trying to solve. And I know it's a bit unrelated, but we can even look at people like Iman Gadzi, who have started to build channels, really targeted channels, getting barely any views compared to what their old channels would get. But they're so targeted towards high value people, it doesn't matter how many views they get because every view is worth so much more. Virality is often left with a bunch of empty views because at the end of the day, you're not chasing a targeted audience, you're just chasing anyone who will watch your video. Whereas when you chase a targeted audience, then everybody who's seeing your video is relevant. And now you can still chase a targeted audience and go viral. That's just the best thing ever. But it's a lot better to do that and to have most of your videos not go viral but still convert than to go viral lots of times with videos that have literally no conversion. Now don't get me wrong, it feels fucking amazing to get 1 million views. I thought it was a big G. I remember being in there in the gym and I was like, oh man, I'm that guy. Look at these guys, I'm that guy. I just got 25 million views. I'm literally sick. And it feels amazing. It strokes your ego. It makes you feel like you're the big G. You can do anything. But it means nothing. A lot of these guys on X or C who are talking about how many millions of views they're getting aren't usually making millions of dollars. But a lot of the guys who aren't getting millions of views are making millions of dollars. And tell me realistically, would you rather have 100 million views and get your little small payout from TikTok on top of your 5 downloads you got and be sat in your Honda Civic, or have 100,000 targeted views but get to sit in a Lamborghini? So lock in, make some fucking money, and stop chasing virality because it's not going to make you money.